Should keep the stream up, right?
Yeah, I'll get it back up. I started. By the way.
Oh, we started? Okay.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be better just to get straight into it. Alright, so underrated mons in Kev OU. What's
The
Kev
good thing.
OU?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
It's a tier where our good god Kevin has decided to ban Drizzle, ban Scald, ban Latios, Thunderous Therian, Keldeo, Rayuniclus. Did he ban anything? I don't think he banned anything else. But we got Tornadus Therian, our new god.
We traded everything for Torn.
So the metagame revolves around Mr. Tornadus now.
Yeah.
So in this new undiscovered land, we have a few cool Pokemon to share with you.
Yeah. Just some things we thought got made better with all the changes. So first up is Metagross, specifically Trick Iron Ball Metagross.
Yeah, this was some shit that I was testing around with in practice games, and it works out pretty well at crippling Rotom. It does a lot better with no Scald and no Rain around, and is a better offensive threat in its own right with like the lower amount of water types. You just have to deal with like things like a Rotom.
Yeah.
So, Metagross being able to break through its own checks and be a good defensive piece is nice.
With less water types around, Steel becomes a much better offensive stab.
Yeah.
And also, the Trick Iron Ball can also lure in stuff like Scarm. Lando's not huge, but, you know, stuff like that can add up.
Can be big for, like, Excadrill.
Yeah.
Shackling it.
And obviously, just tricking away an Iron Ball gives your opponent the speed drop, which just... It's pretty much always useful. It's just especially good if you hit the Rotom or Scarm. So yeah, Trick, Meteor Mash for your stab, Earthquake for the synergy with Trick, Iron Ball, and then the last, there's a few options you could go. You can make it a Stealth Rocker, you can go Bullet Punch, like.
I liked Ice Punch because Gliscor and Landot
Yeah.
can often try to trade down, and getting that big boost of damage is nice. Also lets you check like Garchomp.
Run a random Explosion.
Random boom. If you don't get the trick on Rotom, you like trick like a Scarm, they go Rotom, you just boom on it.
Yeah.
Zen Headbutt for another stab is cool too.
Yeah, that's true.
Coverage isn't great, but you know, whatever.
So yeah, that's EVs.
Sweet and simple. I just did like a max HP. Wanted that thing fat. That's
yeah,
I
I think max HP. You could probably maybe try and maybe go like 191. Try and outspeed Min Heatran. Could be useful.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. It creeps like a P-Heal Loom too, which is cool.
Yeah, that's handy.
P-Heal Loom and
especially if you're running Ice Punch.
There's got to be another one. I'm sure there's another one.
Hang on, I got the speed tiers on my phone. I'm prepared. When it loads. Okay. Yeah, so 176 is obviously all your base 70s. 184 is Seismitoad. 190 is Heatran. The next good one would be 208 Rotom, but since you're trying to trick it anyway.
Probably just like 20 points of speed, right? Like creep in the other 70s. Like getting the jump on Breloom might be nice.
I mean, I like the 191. You only need 60 points, but yeah, it's up to you and what team you're running.
And then just like max HP, Adamant, and then throw the rest in attack or defense.
Yeah. You can probably optimize it better than that, but for starters, it'll work.
something around that benchmark. Metagross is a simple Pokemon, but
Oh, and Pursuit. We didn't even mention Pursuit. You can still run Pursuit on it.
Yeah, if you need a secondary Zam check. On the team that I was messing with it had like there were like 3 Alakazam checks, so I didn't bother.
Yeah.
But it's good. Even Claudio's gone.
You don't need suits as much with Torn running around, just naturally outspeeding Zam. So next we'll talk about Kingdra. I think Manual Rain is something that should definitely be explored in this metagame.
Yes, more cheese.
Exactly.
Yes.
With all these changes, you can still cheese. You know, we're not above that. Specs Kingdra just destroys a lot of teams. Even like Rotom switching into a Specs Hydro Pump. Let's see.
Nothing takes the stabs well. I think a big part of it is
the combination.
Less Pharaoh. You have less Pharaoh to because Pharaoh's so good at checking the Latios terrain. With that gone, a little less common, so Kingdra becomes a little more impactful.
Yeah, like
on its own.
With rocks, Choice Specs Dragon Pulses 2-hit KOing, Spidef, Rotom Wash. It's probably similar damage to Gastro. Yeah, Draco just about kills after rocks. So, and then obviously once you get rid of all the water resistances, you can just easily sweep a Surf.
Gastro might be Spidef though.
Might be, but it's still not going to take 2 Dracos. Yeah, just load up your team with stuff like Latias, which can run Rain Dance itself, can run Healing Wish to give you 2 Kingdras.
Daddy Torn, don't forget him.
Daddy Torn, Rain Dance Torn, you get 100%. Hurricanes, and you can lure in T-Tar and just smack it with a fighting move. Like, just build a DPP team pretty much with Torn. I think I had a team with like Kabutops, Kingdra, Scizor, Uxie, all the goons. Yeah, really. Kingdra's also pretty good versus HO as well. Like, HO's not really built to live fucking Specs, Pumps, and Surfs.
Good Scizor Revenger, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, it resists Bullet Punch. That's the dumbest statement I've made. But has enough bulk to live one thing, so it's difficult for HO to pivot around.
Speaking of using its bulk, we have a way more cheesier set, which is Dragon Dance. Obviously, you'd need a mag for this because, like Specs, Kingdra in the rain can kind of brute force Pharaoh if you need to, but this set won't be able to. And struggles a bit with Scarm. You'd need flinches to beat Scarm. But yeah, Rain Dance, Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Outrage, Lumberry. You know, for a physical water type, it is surprisingly good at dealing with like Will-O-Wisp, because you can have the Lumberry, you pop them with Outrage, and you resist their attacks. Like, you resist Ice Beam from Gastro, you resist Rotom Stabs. So you can blow up those Mons for something else on your team.
You don't resist Ice Beam and Volt Switch, but you don't really care.
Sorry, yeah, you don't resist them.
It's a Dragon Teeth it's a Dragon type that's like not weak to Ice, and it's a Water type that's not weak to Electric.
It's neutral, but with your base 95 defense or special defense. Like, you don't take much from a Gastro, which has fuck all special attack. Bit cheesy, but would like to see something like that be used, personally.
You'd like to see something like that.
I would love it. So next up we got Mind Shell, which has already been used week 1 by old CV.
Was it CV? I thought Mr. Afuyas used it.
Nah, it was CV versus Rezo.
They both used it. I'm like almost certain that Afuyas used it.
He's my teammate. I think I'd remember.
I'm calling out your bullshit. I'm looking up right now. I don't believe you.
Alright, just waiting for monai to be wrong.
Okay, I was wrong.
So we got two sets here. Obviously, choice scarf, which it does handy things like outspeeds choice scarf Garchomp, outspeeds +1 Volk. With regen, not inner focus, you can just U-turn around, take hazards, and not really care.
Spikes immune.
Yeah, pretty much. High jump kick is a great sweeping move as long as you're accurate. Needs some prediction with like HP ice on grounds, but you can always just U-turn pivot.
We just didn't know what to put last. It doesn't have a good last, but it only needs. That's like the thing with Mian Xiao. It's the HJK button. You click HJK or you click U-turn.
Yeah, I guess the one thing you could say this is potentially like
could be a million things.
Well, like jelly. Jelly's a big thing that just walls this.
Yeah, but you can U-turn on it.
Yeah, exactly. You can always U-turn on it for momentum. That's the good thing.
Tox, knock to be more useful into that if you want.
Yeah, knock can be a good lure to help something like an extra drill for permanent damage on Lando. The other set is Life Orb, which is like the ladder set. Life Orb Fake Out hurts a lot. Like, let's see. Versus Latias, just because the Latios calc is always in my mind.
I mean, even just HJK on the Switch, you're messing it up.
Yeah. But like, just having that 20% chip on stuff like that.
I think Mian Xiao usually wants to click Fake Out's weird. I feel like it's only good for Sam.
I mean, yeah, I'd use this with Tar for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, not being locked into Choice Scarf helps a lot. Fake Out's also good versus HO. You can finish off things like Cloyster, Volk, D-Knight, like random shit like that. Bonus priority really helps.
I just hate relying solely on HJK. Because you get into like really awkward situations with Excadrill where they protect the HJK once and then they do it again.
Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could run a different. You could run like a Drain Punch. You could run like a low kick.
Like I wouldn't hate Drain Punch Reckless.
Yeah.
Like, maybe drop Ice for Drain Punch.
Just have another way of dealing with Lando.
Yeah, or just like HJK through it with Reckless. You're doing like 45.
Let's see.
Oh, hey, they're right next to each other.
Yeah, that's good damage. I mean, that's...
Okay, that's not -1, but...
Still, with rocks, that's pretty much
that's like,
50.
That's chip. That's chip. You're faster too, so it only does it once.
Yeah.
Like, you can brute force that. That's my thoughts on Mian Xiao. I think it's pretty good. Not a foo yes. Not a foo yes. Old CV made a good call ring it. I think it's good.
Went off in his game too, I remember.
It's a lot better because there's no Tentacruel, there's no Jellicent. Not no Jellicent. Jellicent's still good, but less Jellicent.
Just Rain in general runs a lot of protects, which
yeah,
Mancha
troubles it.
I guess actually just a little tangent. Another thing would be good is Medicham. There's that Medicham team in Black White OU. It just does so much damage. It doesn't have the speed tier, but damn, it does so much. Like, okay, Mineshao's doing like 30 to 35. Medicham. 60 to 71. What's that? Fucking. It's doing 50. 40 to 50 to Orlando's.
Bro sees a 40.40 on it.
You gotta round up.
That's 50. That's 50.
You gotta round up. With rocks it's 50, so you know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Next mon, a Mew, defensive Mew, Taunt Wisp, Ice Beam. You can run Nightshade, but I think with no Reuniclus, Ice Beam's going to be better. And
When
Softboard.
you what's it called? A big issue with Mew in current gen Black and White is that it struggles at dealing with anything rain related. It's taking so much damage.
I
And it
hate
struggles with
status.
Scalds. Hates Scald.
Hey.
And it hates. It struggles. It competes with a team slot with Reuniclus, and all those are gone. Excadrill is Mr. Number 1, and Mew can eat moves and threaten to cripple with Wisp, which is cool.
Can also potentially outspeed if you want to be greedy and do that.
Well, I was thinking you do Timid, right? Like Timid, like 3 times.
310, yeah. Outspeed Lando as well at the same time.
It's just a bitch to switch.
You don't really
into.
need to outspeed Lando, but
You don't, but it's nice.
yeah.
You're already that fast. You need
To be
Timid
honest,
guys.
actually, I'd prefer being slower. So you get the slow, you get the recover on the U-turn.
Yeah, but you can just Ice Beam it and kill it.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
If it's Scarf, you can do it anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mew has a lot of potential. I think it's probably already a little underused in normal Black and White. So all of its problems being gone definitely makes it so much better.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot more you can do with Mew as well. Like,
It is Mew. You can do a lot with it.
legit any move.
Maybe you want to use that as a transition into your set. This is a simple balance. And you use on the same kinds of teams.
Well,
Stack stuff.
you could even use like Baton Pass, use it as like a pivot. I guess you can just use U-turn for that.
Just use U-turn. Dodging, like, I don't know, Pharaoh, but You're not drinking Pharaoh on that, so I don't see a point.
Yeah. I want to see someone pull out Transform You.
Shut up.
Okay, the next set is a personal favourite of mine, Swords Dance. Drain Punch, Sucker Punch, Zen Headbutt. This...
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that Keldio's gone. So that's one less thing to remind you. That resist Sucker.
Yeah, that's true. This set is, like... It was really good at taking down Latios at +1 with Sucker, but it can still do the same versus Dami, versus Sam. Again...
First Tornadus now, too. You want to cast that?
Versus Torn, let's see what that is. Wrong Torn.
I think we have the same Fizzbulk. Nope. I was wrong.
So yeah, at +2, will kill after rocks, which is pretty sick.
Pretty good. Even Jolly probably should, right? I think Jolly.
Yeah, Jolly's probably better. Yeah, Jolly still kills after rocks, which is pretty nice damage. Yeah, +2 versus Tyranitar. Drain Punch is doing a lot, even through Choppable. And you live Crunch because of the sick defensive stats. Zen Headbutt does a fair bit to stuff like Dragonite. Obviously,
it's hard. It's just hard coverage. Like nothing really wants to switch into Zen Headbutt.
Yeah.
Especially with Ray
Flinch Chance as well.
Our good friend Ray Nicholas.
Mm. Yeah, Reuniclus was a big problem
really,
for this set. I mean, like
really
you could
wouldn't wall it because you could SD up.
Well, yeah, but it's still like hacksy.
Yeah. Maybe Reuniclus wasn't the best example. I don't know.
Another set.
Reuniclus I use is Catable.
Another set you could do is Nasty Plot. I don't think it's as good as SD personally, but
I feel like all the issues with SD are like mostly gone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be better. What are you using Nasty Plot for?
A psychic booster that has Aura Spear, pretty much, and Fire Blast. Like, It's just really good, nice coverage to just allow you to click Psychic over and over and over again. Same
That's
thing,
fair.
it's got good speed stat, got good bulk. You can even drop one of these if you wanted to, like, Aura Spear's doing pretty good damage to steals anyway, so you can just do recover. Not recover, softboard.
Hey, does it get recover? That's messed up.
It is messed up. And then yeah, you got a nasty plotter that can heal itself and pop things that psychics usually can't with Aura Spear. Like,
You find does it tickle you as well that Mr. Mew gets soft boiled but not Executor? That's always bothered me.
that's true.
They need to save him.
Yeah, it's doing again 60. You live crunch, so if you're doing the 2 attack set, you can recover up once Tyranitar's dead potentially. There's definitely, and I reckon you could optimize these EVs better. I reckon.
Okay, but like, ignore my Runica's comment about the SD set. Reuniclus would actually wall this.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't. Because you'd rather fit Psychic over Psyshock anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Mew. Next Pokemon is Heatran, which it's pretty obvious that taking away Rain would boost Heatran's viability. What do you reckon?
Nice.
Yep, nice.
Yeah, it'd take more than just rain. It's also one of the best magic guarders for the defensive magic guarder. So you spreading burns is a lot more potent, and permasand means the burn chip sticks a lot faster.
By magic guard, you don't mean it literally has magic guard.
No, I mean the defensive magic guarder, Reuniclus, that would eat the lava plumes no longer can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
I
don't like the sub stuff. It loses the other Heatran.
Yeah, but Subtech. You can only have 2 moves.
I know.
I mean, Subtech's pretty versatile. You can go Toxic and still lose to Heatran, plus losing to Gliscor. You can go Raw and lose to even more things. You can go Earth Power, and now
Earth Power is probably the best second, right?
I think HP Ice is better, but you're just trading Heatran for Gliscor, really.
Fair enough. I think you can beat down Gliscor though. You can't beat down Heatran with Ice.
You can beat down Heatran easier with other Pokemon.
That's fair. It's just team dependent.
Yeah, for sure.
Simple set. Try to not cheese, but catch the burn, and it's so hard to deal with this fucker.
Yeah, like if you're relying on Rotom to deal with Heatran, and this set just fucks it because
so many teams are.
It's EV to live Rotom Volt Switch, and obviously you can stall out Hydro Pump. Yeah, will never break sub Volt Switch unless they invest in special attack, like my epic modest set does. But anyway.
Alright, and the set that I so readily ripped from DPP, Choice Specs Heatran.
The clickbait set.
The clickbait set. Did 1k damage to Rotom Wash. What was I gonna say? I mean, yeah, it's straightforward. No more rain. Click the big fire moves. Tyranitar doesn't want to switch in this bitch. Earth Power, that motherfucker. Takes like fucking 40. If Tyranitar is getting chipped dealing with your Heatran, then it can't deal with Mr. Tornadus anymore.
Big damage.
Good damage. Oh yeah, Eruption after rocks. After you take rocks, it's 131 base power. You're 2-hit KOing opposing Rotoms after rocks.
Doesn't work.
It does like 42 to 50.
Oh yeah, this isn't specs.
That's not specs. I was like, am I psychotic?
Yeah, big damage.
At 100, you can just fucking drop it on its own. But at after rocks at 88, you can still kill it with sand. Do sand. That calc looks lower than I remember. I wonder why. Yeah, you can still just fucking kill it though.
I think generally you should be running more defense than that on Rotom anyway in this meta.
When Rotom wants to take on a Excadrill and like
Mamo,
Rotom needs to do so much. So baiting and Rotom, baiting and Tar can really open up a lot of things, like your Tornadus.
For sure.
And then you just throw on Dragon Pulse or Ice or whatever funny move you want to.
Again, yeah, team
kill
dependent.
something with.
Does it get
Cannon,
fling?
probably not bad. Probably funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Next, basic bitch Jellicent.
We're bucking the trend a little bit. This wasn't necessarily made better by anything having been removed. It's still just a good Pokemon.
Don't forget about him.
Yeah. Best ghost type in the tier, so keep up all your funny spikes and stealth rocks. It's still good at checking when it does, right? Like you scroll through the OU list. Like your balloon is still checking Excadrill and keeping up those hazards short term.
Being a nice Mamo temporary check.
Yeah, checks Mamo short term. Balloon's just so good.
Can still go eject button and try and
tease out Scorpion or Lottie. Yeah.
Yeah. Invest a bit in Spadef.
What's something cool that could be done in a... Oh, you wanted to... He recommended Cursed Body to me. Because you don't have to worry about Scald anymore. Which I hate. But there might be something there.
I mean, you get a 30% chance to not die to Starmie, which is pretty nice. It's a bit fishy, but...
Or like Excadrill, in the case that it Earthquakes you twice. I'm pretty sure that works. Yeah, it's not contact. You can disable Earthquake and set up on it with some sort of... I don't know, what fucking sets up on it? On an EQ list you're all fucked on?
Yeah, a lot.
Volcarona? Oh, yeah. Volcarona.
That does sound pretty funny.
Fucking Screech. There's probably a lot of stuff.
I mean, like, 30% chance, that's Scald chance of happening. And we all rely on Scald for so much. So, it's pretty good odds.
What's the opponent hitting you to deal with, like... Even if Jellicent dies, you can take advantage of the Cursed Body. I feel like there's something that we're probably missing with Jellicent that it could probably do. Not offensive, don't do that.
Water spout.
Oh.
Trick Room Water Spout. Yeah.
Oh, no Magic Guard, so, you know, burn spam becomes even more prevalent.
Will-O-Wisp is such a better move now.
Yeah, Wisp is so broken. And spikes are also so broken. Like,
yeah.
Excadrill, like, you can pretend that Excadrill makes the tier less spikes reliant, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It just means that if you can keep spikes up, they're so much more powerful because you can't... There's so many less good Pokemon to abuse them. No Thundurus, no Latios, no Magic Guard, no Rayoniquist. So, if you can keep spikes up, then they're super broken. Is that all our Pokemon? I think it's all our Pokemon.
That's all our Pokemon.
Unless you have something else to say about Jellicent.
No, but I think Jellicent and just fatter Spikes teams should see more use in this tier than they did in the first week. It's only been 1 week, so we'll see at the end of the tour. But yeah, as
We
Monai is
saw
saying,
like a bunch of hippos, didn't we? Like a lot of hippos.
yeah, but they're not really
Like too
spikes
many
teams, are they?
hippos. One at a pharaoh,
Yeah.
and I think
Well,
Ruby
the
came.
Pharaoh went off. Like we've all been saying Pharaoh's gotten worse, but it's still a Pharaoh Thorn. It's still
It's
great
still
mon.
great.
Yeah.
He's great in Oras. How bad could he be?
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing with Latias. Latias is still a great Gloomon. It's obviously not Latios, but it has all the same resistances. It can be very annoying. It has a great utility pool with stuff like Healing Wish. It's really good for HO. Yeah, that one's still great as well. What else has had
Yeah,
a?
Latios deserves more usage than it's seen.
What else has dropped off?
Have we seen any Scizors? I think Scizor is still really good. I'm really high on Scizor in general, though.
I think Mamo's really good.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, every
Mamo
time I build a
Chirac.
team, I'm like, wow, this loses to Mamo, and then
Yeah.
I run it anyway.
It's like you either lose to Mamo or you can't switch into Rotom. It's like pick it.
Yeah, like, between Mamoswine, Terrakion, and Rotom, like, those three Pokemon, if someone figures out how to build a team with those three, I think they'd win every game. I don't think you can switch into those Pokemon, like, collectively.
And then throw in like a Heatran.
You have to switch into some stuff.
I think Garchomp. Bit of Chain Chomp happening.
Oh, yeah.
Chain
I
Chomp was
saw-
pretty weak to Rooney. Couldn't struggle to break it. Yeah.
He's cool in general.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are some good OU Pokemon, or Pokemon in general, that are underused. That's all?
Some things I reckon that have dropped off. Be Celebi,
Oh, yeah.
Amoonguss.
Moonga should be unused anyways. He sucks.
Hater.
Croak, obviously.
Croak, obviously.
What's one that's, like, really dropped off?
Oh, we forgot Jirachi. Jirachi's a nice.
I don't know how to feel about Jirachi.
It's like a soft Torn check.
That's true. You get Heat Wave for a crisp...
Like
crisp,
30.
For, like, 55. No shot.
Not Spadef.
I imagine Life Orb Heat Wave just cooks you.
What are these? Calc sets. Oh yeah, does 50. But that's only Life Orb Heatwave. Like,
The best set. Good set. The
yeah.
dopamine set.
But like, Protect Wish can stall that out. Especially in
it's
sand.
I think it was week 1. I brought into Gravy. I brought a Life Orb, Heat Wave, Taunt, Grass. That's good. Shit's a bitch to switch into. Don't need a fighting move as much as you think.
Alternatively, I don't mind dropping the fire move and just using Taunt to keep damage on stuff like
You can do anything with that
Scarm.
bitch.
Yeah, Taunt, you can legit do anything. You can run physical, bulk up, acro, no item, or
I
eject
wonder if
button.
Starmie seems worse, but I don't know how to feel. Like, with Rotom as good as it is, might be tough, and no rain to abuse for itself either.
Less
Yeah.
Pharaoh at the moment.
Starmie will come back. Like, I know it will. I just don't
Pharaoh.
know how.
Or Starmie.
Starmie.
Oh yeah.
Pharaoh's just good. It's just
Well,
simply
Starmie's always going to be the spinner on HO.
Yeah, but it might come out back in its own right. Like, I mean, it's good at DPP. It just clicks Specs Hydro.
Yeah. I think, Specs water moves are good. There's way less water resistances at the moment. Like,
Yes,
it's
EPP.
exactly. It's the same thing with Kingdra. Like, you could run.
What do you think about Gliscor? The main reason you hate Gliscor is gone.
Yeah, it's true. Gliscor's pretty good. I built some teams with it. I think on those fat sand teams, you always go Gliscor.
Surely it's like amazing, right?
Have we even seen a Gliscor yet?
No,
That's crazy.
no, we haven't. Which is ridiculous.
SD's way better now.
That's what I assumed everybody would be spamming. Not even like literally any set you want. It doesn't die.
Subtox? Subtox is way better now.
I would be down for Subtox. I'd be
Even-
down for anything.
Subtox Taunt, even.
I tried building Subtox, but I'm not smart.
Yeah.
That's the. I'm surprised I didn't mention it earlier. That's like what I assumed would like immediately come to players' minds. Like, oh, Rain's gone, Latios is gone, Thunderous is gone, Reuniclus is gone. I'm gonna use Gliscor.
How fast would you go?
260. Maybe. Yeah, you could go slower potentially, but I think around like 260 is good.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want. There's so much you can do with Gliscor.
Very versatile.
It's a Pokemon that's dying to be abused.
At least use like Subpass. That's like cool Gliscor. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll end it there. We're rambling now. Alright, laters.